reasons of the success of Gale Lag Jaa were the actors' performances. Each character was very well etched and brilliantly casted. Let's talk about Mr. Shashi Kapoor, the epitome of a romantic hero. I was and I am a die-hard fan of his. And would you believe it? Years later, I married his niece. What luck! Let's talk about Mr. Shashi Kapoor. For the first time after Chaliya, Manmohan Desai had his story, screenplay and dialogue in place. When he met Shashi ji, he gave him the entire narration. A week later, Shashi uncle called him and said, "Man, I'd like to meet you. I just want to show you how I'm going to perform. If you feel I'm going over the top or I'm going too low, do let me know." Dad went over and they had a meeting. He performed just 2-3 key scenes and Dad finally told him, "Why did you call me? This is exactly what I need." Yeah, Dad was thrilled. Let me tell you one thing. You don't have to teach the Kapoor family how to act. They are naturals. Sharmila ji. Everybody knows that Sharmila ji is one of the most beautiful and gorgeous ladies on Indian screen. In this film, her performance, she has matched Shashi ji scene to scene. The portrayal of a woman in love and yet hurt by the betrayal of the same man comes across splendidly. Believe me, to balance a mixed emotion is very difficult. Fabulous job. Mr. Shatrughan Sinha, one of the most dynamic actors on Indian screen. And what a persona. If he sees this video, he may just shout to me and say, "Khamosh," but I will not be. When the script was ready, my father knew there's only one man who could have played this role, and that was Shatruji. He went to him and he said, "Look, Shatru, I have only 8-9 scenes in this film for you, but hear them." On hearing it, it was so nice of him. He said, "Manji, this film only I'm going to do. I won't allow anybody else to do it." Believe me, whenever he came on screen and whenever he spoke his dialogues, there was clapping in the auditorium. I have seen the film umpteen times in the theatres and I'm telling you exactly what I saw. Oof, what a performance. Everybody knows that Gale Lag Jaa was a huge blockbuster, a super hit film. It set the cash registers ringing. But do you know the reason behind this success? Let me tell you. Some attribute it to a great story, screenplay, dialogues. Some say great performances by all actors. Some say fabulous music. It added to the appeal of the film. Finally, they said brilliantly directed by Manmohan Desai. The real success is two superstars emerged during this film. They carried the entire film on their shoulders. It was a two-hero film. Who are these two heroes? One, the older son of Mr. Shashi Kapoor, Mr. Kunal Kapoor. And the second, you're looking at him, me, Ketan Desai. There is a certain scene in a film where the skating master, that Shashi Kapoor, teaches the children how to skate. Kunal Kapoor comes to him and says, "Master ji, could you teach me how to make an 8? 8 as in a digit. It's a very complex way of skating." Kunal Kapoor knew how to skate, but he enhanced the role of Master ji by telling him, "Please help me. Please teach me." Secondly, after a while in the same scene, I appear in the frame. I have got only 4 or 5 shots. What an impact. What are they? It's Shashi ji, the master, is teaching me how to skate. But in reality, I had mastered the art of roller skating. To the extent when Shashi ji used to come for rehearsals late in the evening, I used to wait for him. He used to hold my hand and I used to take him around. While filming, Shashiji said, "Ketan, don't leave my hand or I may fall." I said, "Don't worry, sir. I've got a grip." My body language and my facial expressions said it all. It really looked genuine. After the release of this film, what reviews I have got from the press. People within the film industry, outside, raved about my performance. But I had only one grouse. I asked my father, why did Kunal Kapoor get a dialogue and not me? You know what he said? He said, because he's the hero's son and you're only the director's. Come in the next film, I'll give you a dialogue. I'm still waiting for that next film, that one dialogue. But I hope I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but for all of you watching this show, you now know the real reason of the success of Gale Lag Jaa. And for that, Dad, you're welcome. Yet another highlight of Gale Lag Jaa is its climax. Yes, a film based on roller skates will definitely have the climax based around it. But it is very difficult to execute. Difficult, yes, but when you have fire all round, it is dangerous. Manmohan Desai had a brilliant system. At the end of the day shoot, the film, what we call the negative, used to be sent to the laboratory to develop. What does develop mean? You make sure that the film that you have used, there are no scratches, it's not foggy, or there is no other mistake. Sometimes even the sprockets, the side of the film tears. Once he got the report that the negative was okay, he used to send it to be printed. When you print, you are able to see your rushes. So Manmohan Desai would get the thing developed in the night, in the morning printed. Before the shoot early in the morning, he used to go and see. In the climax, he saw the rushes 3 days, 4 days, but there's something nagging in his mind. He was not happy about it. The reason, I will tell you, is he found too many duplicate shots, what we call a double or a stuntman. He was not getting a feel of the actors performing real shots. He told Shashiji, he says, I know, Shashi, it is dangerous, but I'm not getting the impact that I want on screen. Shashiji, they had a fantastic tuning. He said, why didn't you tell me, man? Tell me, whichever shot I can do on my own, I will do. Only where I find that I feel it's too dangerous, only then you use a dupe. And true to his word, basically Shashiji, not being an action hero, did 90 to 95% of the shot himself. That's why the climax looks the way it is. Hats off to you, Shashiji.
Hi, my name is Tito Khatri. I was known as Master Tito, Rahul of Gale Lag Jaa. My career started with a film called Dushman, where I played Rajesh Khanna's son kind of person. Rajesh Khanna introduced me to Sharmila ji for a film called Tyag. And after Tyag, Sharmila auntie introduced me to Manji for Gale Lag Jaa, and the rest is the history. The working experience with Manmohan Desai, Manmohan uncle, I used to call Manji uncle, was so great for a small child कि मैं बता नहीं सकता आपको. He used to treat me like a family member. Actually, he used to stay in our neighborhood only. तो मेरा off shooting भी, I used to go to his place and fly kite and enjoy playing all the things at home like a family member. I'm very lucky to be part of Gale Lag Jaa.
Everybody did their best in the climax. Shashiji especially, who did most of the shots himself. But a special mention should be given to the young boy Rahul, that's Master Tito. He too did all the shots himself. Reason, you can get a duplicate for a hero to the extent for a heroine, but not for a young child. He was in a fix. My father was thinking, how would I get this without getting this boy into harm's way. Tito's father realized, and he told my father, he said, Manji, you have given this young boy a role of his lifetime. Don't worry, I have my full trust in you. My son will do exactly what you say. It was magnanimous of Tito's father to say that. But after all, the boy is going to perform, not Tito's father. He called Tito and he made him sit next to him. He said, Beta, if you are in any doubt, don't do the shot. He said, Nahi, uncle ji, main karunga jo aap bolte karunga. Every shot was done by him and he did it effortlessly without any fear in his eyes. Behind the scenes, every fighter that we call stuntmen who were there on the shoot, they had blankets with ice water. Should anything happen to the boy, they will rush in and completely cover it with him. But the brilliance was, nothing went wrong. And just that determination between Shashiji and the boy came across so well. The climax went on to another level.